guys hear me? Yeah, we have a victory. It's been a while since the last international break. We finally have a victory, and it feels good. It feels freaking good to finally have a victory, and feels strange. It's been a while. It has been a while. Um, Today, um, much better performance by our team. Um, not too many negatives. A couple of positives. Um, when I saw the the opening lineup, was kind of upset because I kind of thought we were gonna go to maybe to a back three. We've been begging for it, but I was happy that Delhi was not in the lineup. Um, Rumors had it he was kind of steamed that he got substituted for the conference league game on Thursday. I don't know. Maybe that's the reason why he didn't start, or maybe Nuno finally had an epiphany. Maybe Nuno finally woke up and said, "Look, Deli Ali is not helping anything in regards to our creativity." So this game was much better today. And let me say hi to a couple of people, but let me post the link. If you want to join in, you can have your say. Um, who is here in the house is Chronodox. Emerson finally coming into his own. Yes, Erickson gets one of my 3 stars. He gets, when I do the Love Lounge, I do 3 toasts. Emerson played great today. It was one of his best games. And just going down the flank, created chances. Oh, could have really connected with Kane. Oh, he was so close. But Emerson, I guess he must have heard, all the insults, because last week he played Temiyasu. Emerson came into his own today. So I agree with Konotos. I hope I'm saying uh, I hope I'm saying it correctly. Kron Krokodos. Krokodos. No, it looks Greek, but man, but I hope I said your name right. Thank you for the support. Yeah, Emerson is finally coming onto his own. Um, we've won 2-1. Um, the first half of the game, um, just really good. We attacked. We had some chances. Um, really sunny today. First half, second half, some of the great runs. Oh, it was finally, you know, we had possession. We were creating. The only thing is we could have been a little bit more clinical. I was like, oh, it's 1-0, and I feared that we will go back to, and we did. The first 5-7 minutes of the second half, it was like, okay, it looks like Aston Villa's going for the equalizer. We're not coming with that same energy. Our team has been Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in some of our victories or some of our games. Where in the first half we show that energy, or the first half we don't show that energy, and then the other half, you know. But this, I can say, it's the first time that both halves there was an urgency, there was passion. Other than the Manchester City game, it was like the first time content of what I saw, the same energy from the first half to the second half. The second half started a little slow. We need to wake up. And man, our defense, they earned their dollars today, because there were a couple times I'm like, I thought they equalized, but but um, they was a bend but not break defense, and we created. So let's start getting with the players. Um, my 3 people: Sonny. 2 assists. He is the man of the match. Sonny is the man of the match. Uh, this this tells us, shows you that, folks, this might be Sonny's team. This might be Sonny's team. You might even say it is Sonny's team. I mean, if he's not scoring, he's creating chances. Sonny, this may be your team. Now, bar pound for pound, bar none, Harry Kane is the best player, the most talented player. Harry Kane. But Sonny, in regards to importance, man, it's Sonny. So Sonny is one of my 3 players. He is the man of the match. Before I go to the next one, Chronicos says it was crazy how much better we look without Dele on the pitch. Yes, yes. And mind you, I was upset with Numdembele a couple times, especially on that breakaway, and then that chance to really hook up Kane. Just a lazy pass. But then you see that one move he made where he went between 2 defenders and had a shot on temp. You know, Numdembele is an enigma. You love him, and then there are times it's just like you're like Tenge. What are you doing? But he's like an enigma. You love him, and then there's sometimes it's just like he is an enigma. But it's much better having an enigma than Dele Alli. Much better. Uh Kieran, I was just saying, I was going over my 3 players of the game.
Yeah.
Match is Sonny. The 2 assists. I mean, this is.
Yes.
I mean, is this his team? That's what we need to start saying. Not say he's the most talented. That's Kane. But in regards to importance, Sonny, Emerson, he must have heard all the insults during the week. Emerson ball today, and even with Kane, oh, it was Emerson really grew up today. And then Hoiberg, he heard the criticism. It's the last 2 games. I called him out. I know the ladies love him. Everybody, he's the marriage man captain. But the last 2 games, it was below his standard, especially the last game.
Yeah.
But today, he was like, "Oh, okay, I'm back. I'm back." Those 3 guys, the other guys, I know you got a yellow card. Romero played good. Dyer saved the goal. Pretty much everybody had a good game, but those 3 was a standout. You still scratch your head on Kane, but at least there were quality attempts, you know. And today, though I want to see a back 3, but this is the first time we had that same energy from the first half to the second half. Started a little slow second half, 7 minutes, here and there. But we woke up, and other than the Manchester City game, I thought we had the consistent energy that we have seen, put a smile on our face on the international break. Definitely gives us hope for the Newcastle game, And strange enough, we're in the top, top. I think we're 7th or 6th, because it's so close. It's become a lot of teams are losing, and even Chelsea had to put it out. Like you're noticing, like no one's running away with the league. I'm not saying we're winning the league. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not even saying top 4. I'm just saying the Premier League, no one is grabbing hold and running away. And so this is going to be for every team. Listen, for every team, it's going to be a battle. Those teams that are the bottom pitch, they're making they're barking. They're taking their bite. Other than, though Watford find their coach is kind of weird. They had 7 points. That's kind of weird. But like I said, very, very encouraging victory. And those were my 3 standout players of the game. I can't really think of the goal that we gave up, I thought Dyer could slide with whatever, but he made up for it with saving for a goal. Like I said, those 3 guys, Sonny, man of the match, Emerson gets second place, Hoiberg, all 3 on the money. Go ahead, Kieran.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just I'm just fired up, man. It's so good to have 3 points again. We've been getting
Yes.
thrashed left, right, and center. It just feels so good to just come out of a game in the Premier League with a win. And I completely agree, Mari. I'd have the same top three. I mean, Son was unplayable today, man.
Woo!
This man ate his Wheaties this morning. He was fired up and ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Son looked great. Every time he touched the ball, he looked dangerous. He was making good passes. He was creating chances. He was excellent. And then
Yep.
Emerson, wow, yeah, this is his real welcome to Tottenham Hotspur moment right now. I mean, he balled out today. Matt Target down the left hand side for Aston Villa could not do anything. Could not do anything with Emerson over there. He completely marked him out of the game. He was good with the ball at his feet. He was making good passes, linking up with Lucas and Højbjerg, and just and advancing the ball down the pitch. Put in some dangerous crosses. He put one just ahead of Kane that would have. I mean,
Oof.
if it was just maybe a yard closer, just he would have slotted that away, no question. Emerson was excellent, and then of course, what can you say about Pierre-Emile Højbjerg? A fighter to the very end, just all over the pitch, up and down the pitch. Defensive plays at the back, scoring a goal at the front. I mean,
Passing.
the passing, the dribbling, some of the dribbling
Yeah.
skill that Pierre-Emile
I was
Højbjerg showed
shocked.
today.
I was like, okay.
I mean, we've seen little bits and pieces before. Like
Yeah.
last season, he did a little Cruyff turn against
Yeah.
LASK in the Europa League, and then at the beginning of this season, again in the game against Wolves, he nutmegged a defender at the top of the box. So we know he's got it in his locker. But now, when we switch, and this is the big thing. This is the big thing for why I think we played so much better today is switching from the 4-3-3 to the 4-2-3-1 with the two holding mids, and Skip and Højbjerg allows Skip to sit back, cover, shield the defense, and Højbjerg can get forward, play more of that box-to-box role that he plays for Denmark, and
Yeah.
show off a little bit of that skill, show off a little bit of that touch. And oh my God, how much did it push our team forward today? We looked
Uh,
a million times better. It was a great game.
whew.
I loved it. I
Yeah.
really loved it.
Yeah. The only one thing, man, that I'm like, you should have scored that. That wonderful pass by Sonny came with that back heel to Lo Celso.
Oh,
What are you doing? Just hit like if
oh,
you attempt, it's a goal. I don't know if he was trying to pass it back. Like I'm like, what? Lo Celso. That
I
was
th-
a gimme goal. That was a
yeah,
gimme goal. That would have made
yeah.
3-1.
I think he went for precision there. He went for touch. He was trying to just like knock it right into the bottom right corner, across the face of goal. He went for the precision, for the touch,
Hey,
for the
can't be
accuracy.
fancy
He
there.
should. I mean, honestly, he should have just put his leg through it and just absolutely smashed
There was
it.
no way.
And
There was no way they were gonna
no
save
way.
that. Those goals,
If
guys.
that
There's no
shot
way.
get
Even
Yeah, if it gets off the ground, Martinez doesn't have a chance at it.
yeah,
You're
there's
totally right,
no
Mari.
way. No way he
Yeah.
saves that. And I'm just like, what kind of like yeah, that was the only thing that drove me wild.
Yeah.
Other than the Ollie Watkins goal, which I kind of thought Dyer could have slid here and there, but the
Well, I
fact
mean,
that we scored, yeah, go ahead.
So I hear everybody blaming that goal on Dyer, and don't get me wrong, yeah, that was poor defense from Dyer. But honestly, I blame that goal on Christian Romero. He charged out of the back line, and it was just the
Yeah,
wrong time. I know
he
that's
got yellow
something
for
he
that.
does, and he's very good at it. Yeah, I know it's something he does. He's very good at it, and like from time to time, it can stop a goal from happening before the chances even has even really been created. But it was just not the right time for him to do that. He was too slow to actually make the challenge and get the ball, and he left Dyer out to dry, and Dyer made a mistake. So, and Ollie Watkins is a really good player. Honestly, every
Yeah,
time I see Villa, I really wish we had gone out and got him when he was still playing at Brentford, because I mean I think he's a phenomenal player. Him as a second striker to use with Kane would be incredible. I think this team would be that would be a big notch up in quality if we had a player like him
And Brentford beat
to play up top with Kane or sub in, sub out with Kane. So
Brentford beat West Ham. West Ham
yeah,
is kind of
yeah,
struggling. They can't play Europe and league at the same time. I was saying that. I was saying that they might have a better team, but they can't. They don't have that depth to play Europe, the cups, and the league. But so
yeah,
I said this earlier. Clearly, Kane is world class, one of the top 5 players in the world. Um,
absolutely.
but for Spurs, I said this earlier. It sounds sacrilegious. It sounds weird. Is Sonny the most important player? Not the best player, but the most important player in what we are trying to do. Is Sonny the important player on our team?
Yeah, I mean, I believe he is. I believe he's the most important player. I think he is really the source of the spirit and the passion in the team. I mean, he's just a guy who's just full of so much joy, and you can see it from the stuff the Spurs in-house media puts out on social media. You could see it from the All or Nothing documentary or the Sun documentary. He's just he loves to play the game. He loves this club. He has so much passion for it, and it's infectious, and it does spread to other players. But beyond that, I think especially with the whole Kane transfer saga this summer, it has, I think, you know, to a degree, tarnished Kane's legacy a little bit with Tottenham Hotspur, and Son's legacy is still completely unblemished in that regard. And with him signing the 5-year extension, and it's just yeah, I think that Son really is the most important part of this team. And also, even off the pitch, from a business standpoint, in terms of branding and marketing, I think Son is the biggest. I mean, he has an entire nation of people behind him, not just the Spurs nation, but the nation of South Korea. And yeah, I think that if you ask me, if I have to pick a starting 11 and I can only use one of Son or Kane, I'm gonna pick Son every single time. As much as I love Kane, I think he is the better player. I think Son just is a more versatile player. Kane is has a very specific set of skills, and it requires other players to help unlock that and create opportunities. As where Son creates his own chances a lot of the time, and yeah, I definitely think he's the most important player in this squad.
Yeah, yeah, and I was saying that to myself. I was just like, Sonny is so important, and we seen it in the past in the Champions League run. I mean, like we saw that.
Yeah.
There was also a part in the game. I will say this too. With Son being there, and I know Lucas, was on goal and whatsoever, but they were saying this a couple of days ago. It will be real happy to get Steven Bergwijn back because
Yes. Yeah.
to have him, yeah, I know his end product is not, but like I said, being creative, getting attempts. If we could get attempts, the more attempts we could get, the better chance we have of scoring. And I think
Yeah.
this is why I think everybody's gonna be happy today, because the last 3 games, and we don't count the conference league games, we haven't had like this game from the beginning to end. I was in my seat like, yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
tasted that. I mean,
It's
haven't.
been a while.
It's been a while, and
Yeah.
that's why it would have been nice to be more clinical. Literally, could have 5 goals today, but
Oh yeah.
it was very exciting to see that, to see the the creativity. Guys, I put the link if you guys want to jump on in, we can. Um, and have your say. Let me say read a couple posts right here. Chris says, "Big up, Mari. Won't be able to join you today. I'm at work. Okay, still not exonerate those plays for last weekend. Totally get that. I totally get it, but it proves the team is more solid without Delhi. Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
yes,
One hundred
yes,
percent.
100%. Yes. Just the flow of things. The passing, no stupid flicks. The belly had one, like, oh,
Yeah.
just one weak pass, and then the one breakaway. I'm like, dude, it has to be better. I'm not saying you're gonna score there, but he brought the ball into the play, like, and he
It
had
was
five
it was a
yards on him.
bad touch.
He had 5 yards
To
on him.
be to be fair,
He,
how often do we see a bad touch like that from Tongi and Dumbella? I mean,
yeah,
this is one of the best dribblers in the league. I mean, I think I gotta give him a bit of a pass on that. I mean, every player from time to time will take a bad touch, and he
yeah,
doesn't take too many. His problems lie elsewhere. But I will say, like, spot on, Chris, and spot on, Mari. You said it with your first sentence in response to that comment. The flow, the flow of the game is improved so much without Delhi in the team. Like you said,
yeah,
the flicks, the tricks. He's constantly receiving the ball and coming to a dead stop, and all forward momentum is just killed. And then he tries to make a flick with no momentum. Those flicks work in transition when you're moving, when the defense isn't set, when it's settled. But Delhi constantly will receive the ball, stop, let the defense settle, and then try a flick or a trick. And it's just you're not going to get away with that in today's Premier League. It's just not.
yeah,
It's not going to happen. And yeah, I agree. The team looks so much better without him. And I hate to say that. I don't want to sound like I have anything against Dele Alli. I mean, I love Dele Alli when he back in those first 2 seasons, two and a
yeah,
half, 3 seasons, where he was playing his best. But I mean, it's just been we're so far removed from that now. He's not the player he once was. We're not going to change the formation of this team to suit him to play as a shadow striker, whatever his preferred position is. It's just we're beyond that point, and honestly, I really don't see Dele Alli as anything more than a substitute option or a cup player for us moving forward. And I won't be surprised if he moves on in the summer. And personally, I hope he does, both for his sake and for Tottenham Hotspur.
yeah. What we see about this team is just that this team is better when those guys are down the flanks, and so
Yes,
I would still like to see a back three because you can
I
still
agree.
have, um, gosh, you know, it would then require Hoiberg to protect the three, but I don't even think so. I think I mean, you could even have Hoiberg and Dembele
I'm
as the only two midfielders, and then you still have those guys come to flanks. I mean, it was beautiful because you saw
Yeah,
Reguilon bombing, you saw Emerson bombing, and then they were really linking with the guys. It was just it was beautiful. It was beautiful. But
absolutely, Mark. And the thing I was going to say is on that the back three, the one goal we conceded today, where Romero charged forward, didn't make the play on the ball, and then Dyer was left caught out. If we play a back three, I don't think that situation plays out the same way. I think if we play a back three, Romero in the center, he has more license to push
yeah,
forward and make those charging tackles into the center of the field,
exactly.
and and he doesn't expose his back line quite as much. And I think we don't have to change up the shape all that much. I think you play a 3-5-2 or 5-3-2 when defending. So, you put Romero in the center, Dyer or Rodon on the left. You can have Sanchez or Tanganga on the right. Then you can play with the same wing backs, Reguilon and Emerson. Same Skip and Hoybier. Skip sits, Hoybier gets forward. And then you can have Lo Celso, Ndombele, Lucas, or Brian Hill in the number 10 position. You got 4 options there. And then up top, you can have Son and Kane. You can change out Son or Kane for Lucas at any time as well. And maybe even if we give Dele Alli a chance to play up top alongside Kane or Son, we might see more out of him as well.
Yeah,
I think it gives us a lot of options if we were to keep the same principle but move to a
yeah.
back three. Yeah.
I think our rotation is, and these players are not going to be happy. I think our rotation is the starting 11, And then from the bench, either Lo Celso. He came in though. I mean, like I said, he could have scored. He came and did his job. Gil, those 5 minutes, he did his job. Hill, he did his job. Um, and then you have Lo Celso and Hill. Um, who am I? Who am I missing? In rotation. Guess I'm getting a brain fart here. Um, Basically, what I'm trying to say,
Bergvine,
yeah, Bergvine
Deli.
will be when he's healthy. Delhi, if he's like a second half substitution, we need to play defense. He could come in. Now,
Yeah.
I don't want Winks anywhere near that starting lineup.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely,
No.
I don't want Winks there. Um, we will have to. Tanganga is in that rotation. Daughtry, Matt Daughtry he's conference league.
Washed.
Um,
Yeah,
washed.
no. Conference League only. Yeah.
Yeah, in that rotation. And if this guy could be healthy, Session,
Yeah.
Davies will be, conference league rotation. Like this is it.
Yeah.
This is our team until we make some moves in the January window. If we make some moves in the January window, but this guys who are watching right now, guys and gals who are watching, you got to be happy. You got to be happy with this performance
Yeah.
today. Like this, it's been the first time in a long time I've been out of my seat. Other than the Manchester City game, I'm pretty sure we have more chances today than that Manchester. Yeah, we did. We have more chances than that Manchester City game, and so this is, very, very encouraging. The
It
only
is.
thing is we could have been a little bit more, clinical. But you know what? Hey, we had those attempts, and that's all we asked for. This is all the fan base has asked is
Is
to
to
fight
create chances.
and create chances.
Yeah.
Create chances. When you create chances, anything can happen. Anything can happen. And I think
Yeah.
this is the reason why, I'm happy. Kieran, I know you're happy. And I hope you guys are happy. Guys, post. If you could jump on in for a few minutes, I got the link right there. But yeah, and then of course we talked about Sonny, how he is so important. He definitely man of the match.
Oh yeah, without
Emerson,
question.
Emerson and Hoiberg, just tremendous. Skip was good. Just want Skip to kind of, because I praised him last week because he fought. Probably the only one other him and Hill who really fought last week. Once they came into the game, but then he kind of have to be a bit wise. He got a yellow today and stuff like that. He had this one ridiculous turnover, like it was a back header pass. Good thing they amount to anything. So there's still some kinks right there with Skip, but other than that, he played okay. Regulon, he was good. He was awesome. Lucas was okay. He was okay.
Yeah.
And we thought he had to go.
Yeah.
I looked at the replay. I thought he touched it, but I guess the Taggart had more of a touch on it than Lucas, and so they gave it the own goal. But
Yeah.
usually, to my knowledge, if it's a tie, does it look like a tie? Doesn't that go to the offensive player? But
I think so, and I agree with you, Mari. It did look like to me that Lucas still got a piece of the ball.
yeah,
Um, like they arrived at the same time, but it did seem like Target got a little bit more of a foot on it than Lucas did, so that's probably why they awarded it. But I agree with everything you're saying. If we're gonna criticize, the manager and criticize his decisions, criticize the players for their poor performances, all completely deserved for how poor the performances have been over the last three Premier League games, then what we have to enjoy this win, and we have to praise the players and praise the manager for what they did correctly in this
yeah,
game. Otherwise, what's the point? We got to be able to enjoy it. So definitely, guys, enjoy the win, enjoy the 3 points, enjoy the fact
Yeah,
that Son played amazing today, that Emerson looks promising, that Hoybier was his old Viking self. Enjoy these things. And my only criticism, honestly, yeah, I agree for the players. Just got to be more clinical. Got to settle yourself down when you're taking those shots a little bit. Focus. I think Kane was just a little too anxious to get that first Premier League goal, and I think that's why he missed a few of his
yeah,
chances. I think Lo Celso, he came on and he was just full of energy. I think that's why he
yeah,
he, he overthought his finish there off the Kane back heel. Um, and my only criticism for Nuno is you gotta make substitutions earlier. That is the only thing. He waited too long to bring Lo
yeah.
Celso on
I
for
agree.
Ndombele. Ndombele was gassed by 55 minutes, probably 55 minutes, and he
Yeah,
needed to come off. You got to make that change earlier. Bring on Lo Celso, and yeah, and Hill as well. I think 80. He came on like the 88th minute. Like, come
yeah,
on, you can give the young guy more time than that. And another thing, big up to Hill, by the way, because uh, when he did come on, he was able to really cleverly, like a bit of shithousery,
yeah.
draw that foul. He pulled him
He's
into his
just
back.
yeah,
Douglas Luiz, yeah, that was. I mean, that is
yeah,
really clever play from a 20-year-old. That is
yeah.
really impressive from a guy his age. So yeah, he's a real promising player, and I really
He,
want to see more of him in the Premier
he's
League.
a yeah. He's definitely he's a smart one. He's a smart kid, and yeah,
Yeah.
it's very promising. Um, I would say probably the happiest person out of Spurs right now has to be Nuno because going into international break, y- if the kitchen was hot, it was hot in the kitchen. Can you imagine going those 2 weeks of just like, you know, and the media, everybody's like, Nuno out, and stuff. So this kind of buys him some time, you know, for him to kind of breathe, and now in a courage sign, towards Newcastle, must be Newcastle because we have then, United and Liverpool coming up, and so we got, we got to beat Newcastle, and I know it's tough.
Yeah.
It's at Newcastle and stuff. So and they got Max, um what's the guy Maxim
Same
Sim
Maximin.
Sim Maximin, and so he's gonna test our defense, um yeah, it's do you agree? Nuno is probably having a sip and like, whew.
Oh yeah, man. Like if I were him, I'd definitely be having a nice cold refreshing pint after that just to settle the nerves, feel a little bit better, just take a deep breath and be like, okay, I got my job for at least another 2 to 3 weeks. So,
Yeah.
hopefully he has time, him and his staff have time over the international break to work on things tactically and prepare for the rest of the season moving forward. See what worked from this game and try to reinforce that in the players because it's not just about focusing on what doesn't work and changing it. It's also about taking what does work and reinforcing that behavior from the players. You want them to double down on the things they're doing that are succeeding.
Hmm.
So over the next 2 weeks, I'm sure they'll look to do that. And luckily, there have been some changes. I think the British and Argentinian governments have agreed on allowing the players to be able to go play for their
Yeah,
international team and come
that's
back and practice and play. That is huge, man. Because if we had to lose Lo Celso and Romero and possibly uh,
Sanchez.
Sanchez as well for another 10 to
Yeah,
14 days, whatever it is, that would that would
it
be
will screw
devastating right
us.
now. So
Yeah, it would be
yeah,
like every international break we're gonna be shorthanded, and that would have been bad. That would have
yeah,
been
and
bad.
yeah, and so thankfully that's not happened. I think, Newcastle, especially Newcastle away, that has been a banana skin for Tottenham over the last couple of years. But honestly, man, Newcastle are a crap football team. They really are. Like, I don't rate the majority of their players. I certainly don't rate Steve Bruce as a manager. You know, the atmosphere inside the St. James has been mostly toxic over the last couple of years because
Yeah,
of
they want
the
their honor
issue.
out. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, like a lot of Spurs fans, but even worse, I'd say the situation that Newcastle fans are in with Mike Ashley. So, I think that I think that it's a game that we absolutely should win. We should expect ourselves to win, and we should go in there not looking to sit back, not playing cautious. Go in there, get on the front foot, and just do the same thing we did today. Play with aggression, play with confidence, try and score some goals, and just show our class because we are a class above a team like Newcastle, and we need to play like it.
yeah,
And I think today is a sign that that is a thing that we can do under this manager moving forward. So again, all positives today for the most part.
yeah,
Let's enjoy it, guys. Let's enjoy it. Come on, you
yeah.
Spurs, man.
Come on, you
Come
Spurs.
on, 3 points, baby.
I'm look.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the standings, and like I said, it's ridiculous. We'll find out. Um, Either they, it's a tie, they drop points or whatsoever. But as bad as it is, will be 5 points if let's say Liverpool wins, will be 6 points from the top, but from top four, United dropping points. 2 points. It's just you know, like I
Yeah,
said,
things are tight right
until
now in the Premier
it
League.
yeah, until you mathematically eliminated, as much as we're like, we're not top four team, you have to attempt, you have to go play. And so, let's pace ourselves. Let's take it, you know, a game at a time, you know, um, and, Brighton, how long are they going to be at top of us? How long Everton is going to be at top of us? Brentford, how long are they going to be at top of us? We're already back on top of Arsenal. Um, West Ham is really struggling, and so is Leicester. Leicester only has 8 points, and everybody's been giving kudos to Brendan Rodgers and what they picked up, but it's not translating this year. They only have 8 points of their full 7 games, so it's it's. I mean, this year anything can happen. Anything can happen. No one is going to run away. I thought Chelsea was going to run away. They're not. They're not going to run away with the
Yeah.
league. It's going to be a battle for the Premier League. It's going to be a battle for the top four. It's going to be a battle for the Europa. It's probably going to be a battle for the Conference League. It's going to be a battle, battle, battle. It's just we need that depth. If we can tread water till January transfer window, you know, let's see what the second half can happen. And so when I say tread water, I mean beat the Aston Villas, beat the Newcastles. I understand beating a United is a tall order. You know, we have already played Chelsea and City, so it's really United and Liverpool, United and Liverpool that we have left, right? United and Liverpool we have left from the Big Six. But every
Yeah,
other
but I
game,
mean, we also still gotta. I mean, later in this season, of course, we
yeah.
gotta go to City
But for
away
the
and
first
Chelsea
half, I'm talking
away.
about yeah.
Yeah, so
But for the first half, before the January window opens, at
yeah,
least
yeah,
those other games, you know what? We got to get points. We should have
absolutely.
a victory. And then when January comes around, you know, if you're such the Don, get us some depth, get us a backup striker, get us, some more reinforcements. You know, if the making the Champions League is so important to you, Enoch, then put your money where your mouth is and get those players. Go after a Kessie. You're hearing they're going after Kessie, they're going after such and such, such and such in
Yeah,
January.
Brozovic, all these
Brozovic,
links. Yeah,
yeah,
if that, yeah, I agree,
Rumor
Mari.
FC, Rumor
Yeah,
FC,
I
you know.
agree, Mari. If they want Champions League football, which I don't think we're going to achieve this season,
I
unfortunately,
don't think so either.
I just don't see it. But
Europa.
yeah, even if we want Europa League football, I mean, I don't think you can rely. I don't think you can bank on winning the Europa Conference League to secure a Europa League spot. You
Yeah,
gotta you gotta aim to qualify for the Europa League through the Premier League, and in order to do that, yeah, we need reinforcements in January. I think the last 3 games, it's painfully obvious. Even today, I mean, I know that this has also been a flaw in his managerial style over the last um, few clubs he's managed at, but in terms of Nuno bring on late substitutions, but it's also because we simply do have a lack of options from the bench. It's mostly most of our options from the bench are young players or guys who are just washed,
yeah,
honestly, and really aren't able to compete at the level we want to as a Premier League club. So we need those reinforcements in January if we want to make a serious run at top six. Um, and yeah, like you said, Daniel Levy, Joe Lewis, Enoch, they got to put their money where their mouth is. And Paratici has to come in and do a little bit less of what he did this last summer and do a little bit more of what he did at Juventus, which is bring in proven talent, veterans, veteran players who have played at the highest level and we know can produce. We need 1 or 2 players like that in January minimum if we're going to expect to make a run at top 6.
I mean, it's a sinking ship at Barcelona. What's going on right now? Try to get a loan deal for like a Coutinho, or just something. Like
Yeah,
maybe try to buy Memphis right now. Like I said, it's a sinking ship at Barcelona. It's a sinking ship at Juventus,
yeah.
the team that he came from. You know, to my knowledge, the only person they're not giving up is Chesa, Chiesa. Other than
Chiesa,
that,
yeah,
everybody apparently through the grapevine, everybody's available on the Juventus team. So Benedeschi, a couple of plays on there
Weston
on the
McKennie, maybe.
Weston
I mean, there's
McKennie, Douglas Costa. Someone
Douglas
like
Costa,
just
yeah,
yeah, go. I mean, go after some of these players, and stuff. If you're like I say, if you're the Don, you know what, and you got those connections, bring those guys in. Bring those guys in. Um,
yeah,
Seems like no one else could come on, and which is good because I was gonna have to have lunch earlier. But just some final words. Um, this a huge smile on my face. I think everybody's weekend is it's gonna be a smile on their face because it's never a happy weekend when Spurs lose, and so we've won. The way we've won is exciting. We had attempts, and it was good. It was good to see that. It was good to be off our seat. I can only imagine how people were feeling in the stadium. Like wow, finally a pulse. And so today was really good. Not too many negatives, to be honest with you. There's a lot of good things, and we saw some people come into their own. Emerson, just all world class today. Sonny showing his importance to the team, and then Hoiberg said, "Oh, you guys were mad the last game about me. Okay, I'm gonna show you why. You know, I may be the future captain of this club because Hoiberg balled today. I mean, dribbling,
yeah.
passing. I was just like, man, almost felt like we had Tony Cruz for Real Madrid. I felt like he played that role today. So, any last words, Kirian?
Yeah. I mean, I gotta just second a lot of what you said, Mari. I mean, I'm in great mood, big smile on my face. Big 3 points. It feels good, after 3 embarrassing defeats. It
Yeah.
feels so good to turn it around, and get the 3 points heading into the international break. That's going to be huge for the players, for the mentality, for the just the vibe around the dressing room going forward. It's going to be huge to boost their confidence, huge to boost Nuno's confidence as a
Hmm.
manager, and yeah, I mean, I think this was crucial, really, because if we lost this game, we were in big trouble. And yeah, just everybody just breathe a sigh of relief and then just allow yourself to enjoy it. Yeah,
Yes.
it doesn't paper over the cracks. Don't let it paper over the cracks. Don't let it hide the problems that are still there, with the recruitment, with the ownership, with maybe
Yes.
even the choice of manager. But either way, you got to keep that in the back of your mind, keep it there, keep it present. But just at least for today, just let's enjoy the win and enjoy the fact that some of our players absolutely balled out on that pitch today. And it's just good to see. We need it. We all need it. And yeah, let's enjoy it.
Yeah.
Come on, you
Yeah.
Spurs, baby.
Come on,
Yes,
Spurs.
3 points.
3 points. So, guys, words of advice: go get a drink. All right. So right now, what is it? It's about to be 12. So it's about to be what? Because 1 o'clock, 6, 12, 5. It's about to be 5. Take your missus out, or if you don't have a missus, go out, call your friends, go to the pub, get a pint, or pop a bottle of champagne, or drink some wine. Whatever you do to celebrate, enjoy these 3 points. It's one of our best performances. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Like Kyrian says, don't even stress about it. We're about to go on international break. Wednesday, the party will continue on the Love Lounge. Finally, we'll be given a toast rather than a counseling session. The last three sessions of the Love Lounge. Now it's gonna be a party, so let's just relax. Like Kieran said, it doesn't you know our deficiencies are still there. We still got you know it's still work in progress, but at least from beginning to end, we can smile because Spurs had us off our seats. And all I can say is, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Bye, guys.